Hey, what's up guys? Luke Profits. What is customer service performance with relation to Amazon dropshipping? Well, your Amazon account, Amazon's way stricter than other marketplaces are that you sell on, and you have three main metric categories that you really have to keep in check when dropshipping on Amazon. And so you've got customer service performance, policy compliance, and shipping performance. Customer service performance is the first one of those, and one of the more difficult ones to keep in check. Within customer service performance, you've got your order defect rate, which is pretty much the number that matters for all of your customer service performance. But it's broken out there and it's called your order defect rate. Now, your order defect rate can be affected by three different things, and we're going to get into that in just a second here. Now, you have to keep your order defect rate below 1%, or you can end up getting suspended. An important thing to note is that your order defect rate is calculated based on a 60-day window, so anything that happened longer than 60 days ago is going to drop off. If you do let your order defect rate go above 1%, though, it's super likely that you're going to get suspended, and that suspension is very hard to appeal. So if it goes above 1%, you need to work really hard to get a bunch of extra sales to, drop it back down so it gets down below 1% because you don't want to get suspended. Like I said, super difficult to get your account reinstated if you were suspended for basically having bad metrics, because it's like, oh, they're a bad seller. That's why they were suspended. Why should we reinstate them? They're a bad seller. They screwed their metrics up, It's a whole lot easier to just not let it happen in the first place than it is to trying to, rush it, not really pay attention, not know what you're doing, and then, mess everything up and then try to appeal it. It's better to just not let it happen in the first place. Okay, so now let's get into it. What are the three things that affect your order defect rate percentage? The three things that affect your order defect rate percentage are A to Z guarantee claims, negative feedback, which is any, feedback that is 2 stars or less, and credit card chargeback disputes. Most of these are pretty self-explanatory, but let's go over each of them. Negative feedback. If a buyer leaves you a rating of 2 stars or less, you have just gotten negative feedback. That's unfortunately going to count against your order defect rate, so just try to list good products that are not, rated 1 star or 2 stars when you're sourcing products. Look for items that have 3 or 4 stars, 5 stars, something like that. Products that people have gotten and they're like, yes, this is a good product. You don't want to be selling crap. If you don't know how to source products, by the way, I've got a whole video that goes over how to source products, so go ahead and click up here. If nothing's popping out right now, that's probably just because I forgot to put the link, so go ahead and leave a comment with the time code, and I will go ahead and update that with the link there. Or you can probably just search my channel and find it, but still, comment below so that I can remember here to fix it. A to Z guarantee claims. Now, these are kind of like the equivalent of cases with eBay, except for you don't get them as frequently, but they're worse when you do get them. You usually really only get them when there's some sort of, massive issue. The product wasn't delivered, or the wrong product was delivered, or it was broken, or something like that, and you didn't let them return it, or, there was some sort of issue with the return process. That's usually when this kind of thing happens. Maybe it was the unreturnable item or something like that. Before a buyer can open an A to Z guarantee claim, they have to send you a message and basically tell you what the problem is, and you have a full 48 hours to respond to that and deal with it. So the best way to prevent A to Z guarantee claims from even coming up is sort of to have really good customer service and, just make sure you address any issue before it turns into an A to Z guarantee claim, because like I said, you don't want to get these. They're not fun, and good customer service can prevent most of them. As long as you're providing great customer service, and there are actually some tricks to that. I'm probably going to do a whole video about it, so go ahead and click up here. If anything's popping out, then I did make a video, and if not, leave a comment asking me to make it, because I probably should do that, and I think it'd be helpful. As long as you're giving good customer service, you can prevent most of these A to Z guarantee claims, but if you do end up getting them, you have to win. Basically, unlike with other platforms, with A to Z guarantee claims, there are 2 options, and that is you win or you lose. You can't really, have anything where it's like, oh, you were wrong, but you refunded the buyer, and so that makes it not count against your account. No. With Amazon, because they're so strict, basically, if you did something wrong and messed up, the A to Z guarantee claim sticks, and it's going to hurt your account and counts against your order defect rate. Or if the buyer's wrong and their, claims are kind of ridiculous and they're not covered, then you're going to win the case, and, the buyer, you don't have to refund the buyer or anything like that. But a very important thing to make a mental note of is that this is not like cases with eBay, and that, with eBay, if you have a case and say you mess something up, right, and the case gets opened, you can just say, well, I did the wrong thing. I don't want the case to affect my account. I'll send a full refund to the buyer, and because I refunded the buyer, that gets rid of this case for me. Not how it works with Amazon. On Amazon, A to Z guarantee claims, even if you're like, oh, I did the wrong thing, and you refund the buyer, that's not going to make the defect go away from your account. Refunding the buyer, great, whatever, but it makes literally no difference to Amazon if you refund the buyer. If you don't, they just don't want the A to Z guarantee claim to have come up, and then they're going to decide, okay, what needs to happen here? If you lose, obviously you're going to have to refund the buyer. If you win, then probably not. A to Z guarantee claims are very binary. You win or you lose. There's no giving the buyer their money back to make it go away or anything like that. So just prevent them altogether from happening by offering really good customer service. Like I said, the buyer has to contact you 48 hours beforehand, so you totally have plenty of time to respond to this and resolve most of these issues. And most of them are like, non-returnable products or something like that. So some sort of problem, there's an issue, and for some reason returns didn't work. That's usually why these come up. Now let's move on to credit card chargeback. Now I think it's kind of silly that Amazon includes this because there's not a whole lot that you can do about it. Basically, whenever you're selling something on Amazon, the person's buying with the credit card, and the person always has the option to say like, oh, I bought this thing, and then they can be like, oh, well, it was fraud. I didn't offer, I didn't want to buy that or something like that, and they'll try to reverse the payment with their credit card, which isn't good. It's a little bit risky on the buyer's end because if you do it too much, then of course the bank's just going to shut down your account because it's, you're not allowed to just pay for something and then reverse the charge all the time. Buyers can't really do it all that much because it's pretty risky for them, but if that does happen and then, the money gets taken back and they have the product, then that's going to get counted against you. Like I said, not a whole lot you can do about it, but pretty infrequent thing, doesn't really happen very often, so not something that you should super worry about it. Just know that you might see it here or there. I think mainly they have this included with metrics in case something sketchy is going on where, you're selling a ton of products and most of them are getting chargeback cases on them or something like that. Amazon just sort of needs an excuse to be able to get rid of those sellers. So I think that's kind of why this is here, but maybe if there's some other valid reason for this being here, leave a comment below because I can't really think of one. Chargeback cases are just something that happens when you're doing business. It happens sometimes, and it's not fun, but Amazon makes you responsible for it, so it's good to be aware. So those are the things that affect your order defect rate, which is the main thing under customer service performance. So those three things, again, those are just negative feedback, which is any feedback that's 2 stars or less, A to Z guarantee claims, and chargeback claims. Basically just take the total number of, any of those issues that you've had divided by your total number of orders in the past 60 days, and that'll give you your order defect rate. Again, you do not want your order defect rate to go above 1%, or you're at a strong risk of getting your account suspended, and then it's gonna be hard to get back because basically in Amazon's mind, if your account's suspended for, a high order defect rate, that just means you're a bad seller, you're worse than all the other sellers. So, why are they gonna want to reinstate your account? You're a bad seller, your metrics are showing you're a bad seller. So it's far better to just prevent that initially and just not let your order defect rate go above 1% than it is to basically have it happen, get suspended, and then try to fight and appeal it, because just prevent it in the first place, don't let it happen. Well guys, that's it for the video. If you're new to dropshipping on Amazon and you're trying to figure out how to get started, I've got a full free set of training videos down there, link in the description. Goes over everything you need to know to get started dropshipping on Amazon. And Amazon's great because compared to other platforms, it's actually super easy to get sales with very few listings because there's so many more buyers on Amazon and so many few sellers that you're competing with compared to other platforms like eBay. If you've got any questions about anything dropshipping related, feel free to hit me up on Facebook. I'll put a link down there, as well as a link to a group that I started that has hundreds of other dropshippers in it that you can join. I post new content on this channel every few days, so go ahead and subscribe and hit the notifications, and I'll be back with another video in a couple days.